Welcome. So let's start by taking one moment and observe what thoughts are going through your mind right now. Whatever thoughts that are occupying your mind, see if you can start to observe the thoughts. And as you're starting to observe the thought, you will see that the part that is observing are not your thoughts. The part that are observing is a part of you that is always observing. But sometimes we're so distracted by what is going on outside of us that we are not in touch with this part of us. And this part is allowing us to get a distance from the thoughts, to not always have to interact with the thoughts. And that is what meditation is all about, to learning how to observe and become aware of our sensations and become aware of our thoughts and emotions. So it's not about stopping the thoughts. It's not about stopping the emotions or push anything away, but it's about becoming aware. A teacher said that meditation is not about being happy, but it is about feeling what you are feeling. And when we become aware of this, we allow ourselves, we give ourselves the opportunity to truly accept the thought and accept the emotions. And that is how we go through it without pushing it away or without resisting it. So it's about placing your mind and body into a position where you can allow your thoughts and emotions to come up to surface. So if we, for example, are distracting ourselves with the phone, we're scrolling or looking at a movie, we're not allowing ourselves to experience whatever the body and mind want to experience because we're so distracted by looking elsewhere. The body and mind is not in a position to allow whatever want to come up to surface to come up. But when we're closing our eyes and sit down, whatever needs to come up to surface will come up. And this is how we allow ourselves to feel what we are feeling. But if our awareness is always somewhere else, we're not allowing ourselves to do that because we're so distracted. And sometimes even more thoughts than normal will come up when we're practicing meditation. And when we are allowing ourselves to observe the physiological reaction when we are experiencing an emotion, this is how we truly go through an emotion. This is how we accept an emotion. If you think about whenever you are afraid or experience something difficult or perhaps something very pleasurable, like when you get goosebumps or when you meet a person that you like so much, there's a physiological reaction. And to every emotion, we have a physiological reaction. It's just that sometimes it's so strong that we can notice it very easily, like when you get goosebumps, right? But sometimes it's so subtle, it's so small that we cannot pay attention to it. But we're training the mind to observe this physiological reaction. And this is how we truly approach our emotions. This is how we truly go through our emotions and work with it, right? Because if you ask yourself, how does an emotion look like? What is an emotion? When we're screaming at someone, this is a reaction to the emotion. So it's quite hard to say how does an emotion look like. But we know that every single emotion, there's a physiological reaction. So if we observe this physiological reaction in our body, we will accept the emotion and we will work through it. And this is what meditation is about. This is how you become emotionally stable because you're working through everything that needs to be worked through. And you're putting your body and mind into a position where you can allow yourself to go through it. because you allow yourself to be aware. And the result of this will be the peace and happiness. But of course, once going through this, there might be difficult emotion coming up, or there might be challenging thoughts, things that happen up in the past will come up, right? So then we are not perhaps so peaceful. Then we are perhaps the heart start to beat even faster because we're allowing ourselves to process this. And this is necessary for us to move forward. And then the result of that, when we've gone through this process, there will be peace and happiness. The Buddha said, Ehipassiko. It means come and look for yourself. Because what I'm talking about here, it sounds very good, right? It's all logical. It's all very, very logical in a scientific way. But do not take my word for it or anyone else's word for it. Go and look for yourself. See if this works for you. And it is you who have to experience the benefits from the practice. And this is really a non-dogmatic practice, which means that it works whether you believe in it or not. It's like you do not have to believe that going to the gym will make you stronger. If you go to the gym and you lift weights, you will be stronger whether you believe in it or not. If you have the right technique, maybe a personal trainer can guide you, you will be stronger. It's the same thing here. If you work with the right technique, if you're disciplined, consistent, you will get the result. But just like in the gym, you will not get result after only one session. You will not see any difference. Same thing here. Perhaps you need to put in the effort, the discipline. And the teaching goes hand in hand with the practice, right? So you have to understand the technique, understand what it is that you're going through at the same time as you're practicing. And then we will learn that there will be a new habit pattern of the mind. After practicing these observations of the thoughts and observing the physical sensations of the body is called a top-down process when we're actively working on something, which is what we're doing when we're meditating. And then it will become a bottom-up process. It will become a new habit pattern of the mind to just observe whatever is going through your mind and body. So we're not really attaching ourselves into the emotion of stress or anger. We no longer observe that I am angry. We observe anger is here. I am not stressed. Stress is here. And then it becomes the new habit pattern of the mind to just observe and just observe these thoughts and emotion to pass by just like the cloud is passing by on the sky, right? Just observing. And this is what it means to change the habit pattern of the mind. What it means to not allowing the thoughts to control you. Is what it means to control the mind. Controlling the mind doesn't mean that you're controlling your thoughts. Controlling the mind means that you're not allowing the thoughts to control you. And we will go much deeper into this in the next session. And I will see you at the meditation practice. So thank you for listening for this first session.